Yeah, hi guys. Hope you're doing well out there. I'm just going to talk about my opinion and my view on everything that's going on. I'm doing this video on YouTube because I know Facebook have been following me for a very long time and have been squashing my reach and everything. And I've had a lot of incidents over the past couple of years. Or actually 3 years nearly now. Facebook and Big Brother and New World Order and this elite have been trying to stop my voice for getting out there. I've even had helicopters following me. Only one, not saying many, just one. When I ran down to Canberra last year. Anyway, if you want to ask me personally, I can share more information about that experience. But what I'm going to talk about, guys, is a lot of Australians know that Australia has sold out to China a very long time ago. We all know that. This is all nothing new. We know that. This virus has been created for a very long time. I don't know what you guys know about the virus itself, but apparently, and I believe it's pretty well true, it started in America. They got to a point where people over there didn't feel comfortable with it, and then they shifted it to China, to Wuhan, and that's where it then got out of control. You might have your own take on that. That's your own choice. So that's that. Bill Gates, I don't know what you know about him, but isn't he to do with Microsoft and computers? What has he got anything to do with virus? What's he got anything to do with the vaccine? What's he got to do with anything to do with understanding about health or a doctor or medical or anything? So where does he come into involve in all of this, guys? He's, as you know, I think he's the second richest man in the world, if not. He's made a lot of shit ton of money since the virus. You all know that. That's that's all facts. And then I've heard that he's already been pushing this vaccine out in Africa somewhere. Not sure this is his first time. It could be his many times. He's done it before. So what's the end goal? So there's a timeline, guys. There's a timeline on this. You've got your own timeline. I've got my timeline. Someone else has their own timeline. So from this all sort of come out, the public knew about this back in technically January, February, and our Australian intel or military, they knew about this, and they still allowed planes to come into the country. So they let it into the country because they wanted it in the country. Australia is an island, guys. We're not made up of like Europe or other countries where there's so many other different governments and politicians and they in different languages and so forth and borders. Australia is the guinea pigs. We are the guinea pigs, guys. China, we have 3-day trucks of fresh food supply. China knows this. We have 3 weeks worth of petrol. China know this. This is World War III, guys, from the inside out. Our government has sold out to the communists a very long time ago. There's lots of dirty money in this, guys. What Dan Andrews is doing down in Victoria is one of the examples of obviously martial law. We all know this. And they're trying to get it down to 5 cases. Where is their science? Where is they're breaking many laws. So there's a lot of shit involved with just that. You look at that, the six point something million people in Melbourne, I think. I could be wrong. It could be Victoria, but in Melbourne alone. So let's look on a scale. I'm not saying I'm 100% accurate, guys. So let's say there's 500,000 businesses down there have went completely squashed, 20, 40 years behind, 3 generations of Italians and Greeks who have been supporting their families and grandparents passed down to their parents and say, well, this is all gone. We have obviously, we're in a recession down there and so forth. If Dan Andrews is making millions of dollars off this through the quarantine, through the hotels, through all this, and this Palestine bitch up in Queensland is going to copy the same model. I'm putting it down to the AFL Grand Final coming up this month. I haven't even mentioned about the vaccine with microchipping or 5G. So there's a lot of shit going on in all this, guys. We only have 26 million people in Australia. There too. And let's look on. It's all a numbers game. So let's say half the population in Australia will take the vaccine. Other half don't. If we can create a food shortage and we can create the same thing that's going in Victoria in Brisbane, Gold Coast, it's all in the cities. And that's where you don't want to be. So you got to look at that. If you're in the city, you got to question yourself, because if food runs out, shit's going to go mayhem. The government's going to make shit ton of money. The police are going to make shit ton of money. They're not the police anymore, serving for the Australian people. They're a police force. They've got more power than the Australian military. Australian military, guys, is just smoke and mirrors. It's all baffled. It's all put fear to put a fear covenant on the human race to stop you for doing stuff. We all under the Anzac spirit and the old story, the old program, which is the old program. When I say this, guys, I'm talking about also your own life, your own personal life, and what your dream was in relation to your own material objects, your houses, the American dream, the happy family, and live happily ever after. It's gone. So I don't know what your plan B is. So you want to make sure you have your plan B. I want you to start to analyze your own timeline. So let's say this, guys. They want to bring out the vaccine because the world's overpopulated and they're trying to obviously depopulate the world. This is and if there's so much money in this, Bill Gates has already invested millions and millions of dollars, plus all his mates, plus the amount of profit they've already made. Look at the billionaires in the world, guys. Send me a private message and I'll send you links in regards to all this. They've invested in this. There's no turning back, guys. There's seriously not. He's pretty well a dead man walking if it returns. But the Australian people are too much sleep, too much fear, especially if you look at Melbourne, and they're not willing to go out of their comfort zone. And they look at Black Lives Matter and the government, this fucking chief of the army down in bloody Victoria, they were all agreed and supported the Black Lives Matter, but they wouldn't support Freedom Day. You got to question everything, guys. Why not? And then they already know if half the population of Australia get mandatory vaccines, and if it's not mandatory, you don't get no child support, you don't get no Centrelink, you don't get nothing, guys. And they're going to track you, and that chip's going to come in your arm. So you can't go on planes without the chip. You can't hop on a bus without a chip. You can't go on nothing without a chip. You can't walk into pubs without a chip or anything like that, guys. Then you're going to come up red flagged. So they've already got robots. They've already got cameras. They've already got all this shit to face recognition and all this shit. You know all this. They're moving away from cash to card. There's so much things evidence, guys, leaning towards it, on my view on all this. We're not going backwards. We're not going back to normal. And I'm not settling for the new normal. This whole face mask thing is all bullshit. It's not even healthy for you to wear a face mask. Your health is they're trying to put it, the governments are trying to put the fear propaganda into the media, which the media is supporting us, which is all through Murdoch, which is all through Rothschilds, the Rockefellers and the elites and the New World Order and the corruption, guys. And it's all brainwashed through Hollywood, and it's been going for a long time through the programming as Disneyland, through the kids of subconscious brainwashing, and through religion and war and crap, guys, and the pharmaceutical company. This is a fucking mess, guys, the whole lot. Mining, you name it. To trap you to work 9 to 5 as a slave. This is modern day slavery. If you guys can't see all this, and fucking, I don't know, my video is going to run out soon, guys. That's why I'm starting to talk a bit quickly, because I already know my memory has ran out on my phone storage. So they've already stopped my Facebook. They already took my video off when I was in hospital back in July, you got to be questioning why. A lady down in Melbourne received 7.2 million views when the police grabbed her by the arm and they wouldn't let her go. They didn't tell her why she was under arrest, and this is still going viral. Why did they squash mine in the mental health war in the hospital? Sorry, under the Health Act, which they broke many health acts. I went and spoke to a few solicitors over the phone. They won't touch this case, guys, with the words I chose to use of the power of the present moment, and I am the Father of one, through the Christian Bible, the Christian law, and the Christian words, and the power of words. And then that's why they're scared of me, because of what I understand, and I'm not in the program. I'm not under slavery. I don't come under this curse or under this law or these beliefs. If you want to believe in death and cancer and fear, which there is a cure for cancer, and all this shit, but people want to buy into fear. They're not talking about the suicidal rates. They're not talking about the depression. They're not talking about the organised corruption of the gangs and the drug gangs, and how come that's all supported through the underground, guys, of the corrupt police, the detectives and criminals, and that's all the jails are all fucking obviously privatized, and they're got all these big camps, these to put everyone in these camps. And they want us to put us in a recession. They want us to have a civil war. That's the only way. You got to look at history, guys, throughout. This is not bloody made up shit, guys. Do your own research, and this is all throughout history. So you look at that. If we get half the population to take the vaccine, and we can create a food shortage, you don't want to be in the cities. Because then we're going to, out of the other half, you get weak, you get vulnerable, and if you got 3-4 kids to feed, or you got your old people, you can't help save one. If you're anyone in your family, your immediate family don't want to believe you, and you can't save everybody, you can only save yourself. So it's a full-on mess, guys. So you want to have your plan B, you want to have everything ready, and you want to be prepared for at least 3 months to 6 months worth of food. I'm already ready. I've got everything covered. and so forth. So you got to look at that. So let's say half the country get vaccinated, the other half don't. But then the other half who are weak will go get it done. So then you're down to about 7 million to 4 million people who don't get the vaccine. And if we're talking about microchip and 5G turned on, guys, and the pressure of us. So you got to understand the willpower of God's will, and you got to understand your unhealthy body and unhealthy mind with your immune system, and depression and PTSD, which most Australian people have PTSD because we've all lost our roots, and our country is cursed through the Aboriginals of what we did and murdered, slaughtered, and none of you can prove to me about God is real. No scientist has ever proved it. None of you can even prove, even if you're an atheist, no one can ever prove that there's no reincarnation and all this pedophilia and stuff. And that's why this is all bubbling up. There's a fight between the darkness and the light right now, always has throughout the ages, whether you believe in God or not, or spirit, whether you want to accept you're a spiritual human being or a human doer on the physical world of dualism and suffering and pain. I don't buy into the flesh, and I'm not scared of dying, so I'm not scared of living. You got to understand all this. How far are you willing to go? How much are you willing to change? And what are you willing to give up and let go of, and to shift and move and go? You know how far I can run, guys. I can go days and days and days beyond, because I realize the power of the present moment through quantum physics, law of attraction, power of prayer, and tap into the willpower of God and go outside the physical body or flesh of pain, suffering, injuries. I can heal myself on the runs, and it's all in the brain neuter. And you got to understand the power of our mind, and which has all been throughout everything. So, guys. So we got down to a quarter of the nation of about 3 million to 7 million people who won't get it. You got to hide in the hills. You got to hide in the waters. And I don't know to what degree that these people can see if you have it. And you got to go further, guys. So how far down the rabbit hole you want to go, the Matrix or whatever. But it's all brainwashed through TV, all to do with that. And Bill Gates is still involved, and the media have all fallen for it. Look at Alan Jones, Pauline Hanson, a few of them. My Body, My Choice. And all this so forth, and they're trying to make it that as a pedophile or the governments you can sleep with a 4-year-old kid, and so forth, and it's a mess. The whole lot's a mess. So anyway, pretty well going to leave it at that, and pretty well get back to your own timeline, make your own choice, make your own decision, empower yourself, save yourself, and go. And what are you willing to do to go live your dream? So I know I love the environment and nature. I want a small house, a cottage, wooden hut in the hills. I don't want this big fancy shit to drive around the stressful city and put up with all this stress and hospitals and live in fear, guys. I don't live in this. I want to go out of this world, live into the ultimate, the fullest. I'm running the whole way around Australia next year if I possibly am still able to cross borders. This is all treason, guys. This is all, they've broken the laws, the common law, the federal, the Commonwealth. We're all sovereign, guys. You got to understand, we're all indigenous. If you're born in this country, you're indigenous to this country. You got nothing to do with black or white. It's born in this land. So get your rubber off your feet, guys, and start connecting the power of this and the power of our intentions, and energy flows where your focus goes, and focus on what you want and what you love, and empower yourself, and start getting off fear. Stop trying to compare yourself with your friends and living off the old program, the old story. So please save yourself, get out there and move. Get away from the cities, and prior preparation prevents piss poor performance, and a good sniper never misses. So understand all this, guys. Understand Lao Tzu, the art of war, and military tactics and fear. And this is a Nazi push, and this is a fucking communist, fucking fascist, lefty pussies, and people want to, Anyway, and like I said, I don't care if you're judging me. I don't even know if anyone's continued to watch this video right to the end. That's your choice, your life, and whatever. So I don't give a fuck what you think you're perfect. Who are you? So let's go with that. Tell me who you are. Question yourself. You don't have to prove nothing to me. I don't have to prove nothing to you. And like I said, you can watch it. You don't even have to like. I don't give a fuck about any of this shit. But hopefully you get something good out. Hope you can save your kids. And how much do you really love your kids? Are you willing to put poison into your kids? You don't even know what's in that shit. And to the degree of military war, they've got all the best lasers, guys, all the equipments. They've got fucking, you name it. And even look at this. So much stuff, guys, not even being spoken about anymore. Over in Japan, that fucking, what do you call it? The shit that's leaching into the ocean. So technically we're going to die anyway, in one sense, but that's life, that. But that shit, what do you call it? That poison they fucking Anyway, it's not coming to, it's leaching into the Pacific Ocean, guys. Look at how much volume. It's about 1 ton or something, fucking heaps of ton of that shit's pouring, radiation still pouring into the ocean, and it's still coming. So what food are you eating? How much are you relying on the supermarkets and to save you? It's an old program. So kangaroos the best, and catching your own fish is the best, preferably fresh water now, and then everything like that. But anyway, God bless you all. God bless the spirit of this land and curse and the brainwash. And hopefully this will help lift you up and help you tap into your true self, your true nature, because we've got a big darkness now. And anyway, interesting times ahead. This is not stopping in the next 3 months, guys, or next 6 months. So getting back to Queensland and the AFL, this is all pandemic, and they're going to push fear into that. And no one's ever proved it. These tests of they're testing you, is they haven't got it in the test. Every third one is got the fucking virus, the virus in it, you know, and they reckon this bloody COVID-19's in bloody pawpaws and shit like that, guys. So anyway, the biggest fear, guys, is this phone. The biggest virus is this phone, and how you choose to use it and how you're willing to use it. And I've been squashed on all my social media, so I'm doing this for personal direct messages to my friends, and whoever chooses to. If I can help save 1 friend out of 10, I've succeeded. If I can help 1 friend stop committing suicide and so forth, I've helped succeed. If I can help you tap into love and the power of the present moment and go for a run and get healthy, I've succeeded. So there's no failure. I don't believe in failure. So get outside, guys. Love yous all, and no hard feelings, and forgive yous either way. Forgive my brothers, my sisters, and everyone, and still love yous, and save your own kids. Love you guys. Flip Flop Ferris, Green Goat, all the way. Live by the sword, die by the sword. Respect. Indigenous, got the Indigenous colours here, guys. Respect the country I walk on, the food I eat, and the water I drink, and the nature that carries me and gives me this life to share this experience with you. Amen.